We're so grateful that he stayed with us for the AM News. Let's head into our first story now. The Oti Regional Minister, Joshua Makubu, is asking youth in Yadzo to remain calm while authorities work to resolve the disturbances around the deaths of 2 footballers that sparked protests in the area 2 days ago. On Wednesday, some of the youth besieged the residence of the district chief executive, demanding his removal. Correspondent Peter Senu caught up with the minister after an emergency district security council meeting in KJB. There's more in this report.
7th of December 2023, the youth of Yadzo, Ahamansu and surrounding communities besieged the residence of the DCE, demanding his removal over the death of 2 footballers in their communities. The footballers met their death on 25th of December in a head-on collision with the National Security Cocoa Board Task Force vehicle. The protest to the office and residence of the DCE prompted an emergency dissect meeting. The meeting was to deliberate on how to ensure peace, law and order in the district. Deputy Regional Minister who attended the meeting mentioned the following as some of the resolutions reached.
We conveyed the condolences of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, and his Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to the bereaved families, the people in Yadzo, the Amansu traditional area, and the people of KJB district, as well as the entire Oti region. Then the second point was an appeal, where we appealed to the family through the chief of Yadzo, and then with the representatives of the Paramount of Amansu, and then the Dodo Paramount chief. We appealed to them to call on the youth in town, that it was not deliberate. National Security or Cocoa Board has no issues with our brothers who met their untimely death. They were not being pursued, and there was no any outstanding issue between them. It was purely an accident, and they should be aware that we know it was an accident, and for that matter, they should calm down. The third thing was that we gave them our assurance that they are Ghanaians, and every Ghanaian deserves justice. And we were not going to sit down. Police had already commenced investigation into it. We'll follow up to the conclusion stage of the investigation, and whatever is relevant for prosecution, we do.
The minister called on those who are into smuggling of cocoa beans to neighboring country Togo not to take advantage of the death of the footballers to disturb the peace and security in the district.
We are aware that this incident, some people want to take advantage. Those who are seriously into cocoa smuggling, we want to use them as a point of contact to continue cause confusion, so that there will be distraction at the front of Cocoa Board and the National Security for them to continue to smuggle. They should consider this as an accident, and let us resolve the issue amicably.
Some traditional leaders from the various communities who took part in the meeting also gave their pieces of advice.
Calmness is already starting, and the regional ministers have assured us that whatever he wants to do in his capacity to make sure the parents of the deceased are well taken off, and also make sure that whoever is in offense of doing this thing will be prosecuted. That alone has given them calmness, and it's left to us, Nananum, and the elders of the communities to carry this message to the youth, for them not to go ahead to do any other thing again. No, because all what we need from KJB district and Akanwa Traditional Congress is peace.
The newly elected assembly member for the area, Nephew Adam, has also called on his people to remain calm while authorities work to resolve the impasse.
What I want to encourage my community or the youth of the community is what? To remain calm. I think everything is resolved, because the lost soul will never come back again. You all know that death is inevitable, and then it is go past and gone. So what I need to my community to understand is what? To remain calm, peace, and then peace will prevail. I think that will bring the development that we are all looking for. And it is very unfortunate I've not been inaugurated, but I've started feeling these challenges, and I think this will be the first and then the last challenge that I will have.
Peter Senu for JoyNews.
And our next story, the chiefs and people of the Ketu South municipality have honored Divine Boha for being the 2023 National Best Nurse and Midwife. He was awarded for his volunteerism and philanthropic works, which contributed to improved health services for neonatals at the Ketu South Hospital. There is more in this report.
Divine Boha, a product of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, began his nursing profession about 4 years ago. While serving, he committed himself to philanthropism, aiming to alleviate the plight of the underprivileged and enhance healthcare delivery in his jurisdiction. The last 4 years saw him securing funds for several humanitarian projects. Prime among them was the construction of a neonatal intensive care unit at the Ketu South Municipal Hospital. His philanthropic works, coupled with his commitment to his nursing profession, saw him adjudged the 2023 District Best Nurse and Midwife, 2023 Regional Best Nurse and Midwife, and eventually 2023 National Best Nurse and Midwife.
I was granted a 42,000 Australian dollars to establish a well-equipped neonatal intensive care unit that will include modern technologies that support neonates' health. As a young nurse, I have dedicated myself to community service, volunteerism, and the association that I belong to identified that and decided to honor me with a brand new car and some other awards. And I want to say a very big thank you to the GRNMA and all nurses and midwives across Ghana that this honor has been done me. And this can only be the doing of the Lord, and I can only do more for my people and my community.
During a tour of the Volta region, he was celebrated for his commitment to serve humanity and eulogized for achieving such a great feat within the first 4 years of his nursing career.
He's a simple, honest, hard-working, and visionary person. Very, very visionary. Any task you give to him, he will execute it, and that because efficiency. And so, if working for 3 or 4 years in his life, he has won this award, then by simple mathematical calculation, the next 5 years, if 3 years is equal to national award, then 3 years is equal to...
The paramount chief of Aplau traditional area, Togbi Ajongaga Amenyafiti the Fifth, said he identified the potential of Mr. Boha, hence advised him to remain committed to his nursing profession.
We must follow politics, man. We must follow politics, man. You ain't bad. No, how are you? Politics are going to be, but thank you. I can't even how are you? Politics will sink you. But you don't let the other shit. No matter how are you? Politics yoga.
Mr. Boha was honored by the Aplau Traditional Council for his exemplary lifestyle, serving as a nurse in the area. Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews.
Now, the timely intervention of fire service personnel from the motorway and Bost fire stations prevented the Gridco pylons from going up in flames when a fuel tanker with 18,500 litres of diesel overturned on the N1 near the TT Brothers Junction in the Kpong Katamanso municipality of the Greater Accra region. Carlos Caloni was on hand and now reports.
The fuel tanker with registration number GN 1905-16 was heading to Kumasi from Kpong with 18,500 litres of diesel on board. The truck, upon reaching the TT Brothers traffic light, skidded off the road, overturning in the process. Here is an eyewitness, Karim Mohammed, narrating the incident to JoyNews.
This is the cause. As she's coming, before you realize, it's just near a pickup, which is there were like 4 or 5 passengers on board. If you try to hit the pickup, he might cause damage of 7 or 8 cars. So for safety, he just landed and passed through the road foot, which caused this accident. But the driver and the mate, they are all safe. It was 13,500 litres. 13,500 litres. It's going to Kumasi. It's loaded from one of the depot in Tema called Vena. That's all. We are the remaining of the products on board. We are just discharging it, transferring to the other car for safety.
With the disaster gushing out at the time of JoyNews' arrival at the scene, many passers-by were seen busily scooping the petroleum product, while the owner had arranged for the remainder to be transferred into another tanker. Speaking to JoyNews, ADO2 Enoch Isel of the Motorway Fire Station says considering the close proximity of the capsized fuel tanker to the Gridco main lines from Akosombo, all efforts were being made to avert any national disaster on the lines.
So at 14:20 hours, we had a call from our master control that there's an accident on the Tema Highway near TT Brothers. So immediately at 14:21 hours, myself and my men were dispatched to the scene. So we got here at 14:32 as a result of the traffic heading towards Dowinya. So immediately we got to the scene, we got that the accident involved the fuel tanker containing diesel actually. So we tried coordinating the police, and when we got here, the police were already at the scene. So the police assisted us by coordinating the police and sending the standbyers back in order for us to do our work. So currently, we told them to call another tanker in order for them to transfer the diesel that's flowing or that's on the ground or that's leaking actually. So I think the tanker is here as you all can see. So currently they are transferring the diesel into another tanker. So right from there, we need to clear the scene, watch the place and actually clear off all the debris on the road. So currently that's what we are doing. But the casualties that were involved, they've been already taken to the hospital. Yeah, so right from the follow-up, they see their condition. Since we are not the pilots, as you all can see, it could be serious if there's any spark. But that's why we are here, to ensure the safety of the people and also the community. So actually the two tenders that are here, one is DPT, of which that one contains water in foam, of which that one can be used for blanketing. And also the other one behind us is full of water. So actually we've put in things in measures in order to mitigate any unforeseen circumstances that will happen.
While the owner of the truck is still counting the loss, concerns have been raised by road users about the deplorable state of that portion of the road which they believe could have led to the accident. Carlos Caloni, JoyNews, Bunkatamanso.
In our next story, the Bono East Regional Manager of the Environmental Protection Agency, Bright Anthony Dua, wants Ghanaians to adopt upcycling, a creative approach to repurposing plastic waste by transforming it into new and useful products as a way of dealing with the country's plastic waste challenge. Mr. Dua, who was speaking at a creative design and upcycling program in Techiman, said the move would also provide jobs for the teeming unemployed youth. Anas Sabit has more in this report.
Upcycling represents a variety of processes by which old products get to be modified and given a second life as they are turned into a new product. Upcycling, beyond its environmental benefits, also offers businesses a way to reduce costs and increase profitability by repurposing existing materials and products. By doing so, businesses can save on procurement costs, waste disposal costs, and production costs, while also creating new revenue streams. To help empower the youth to take advantage of this innovative initiative, Agrico Hub held an upcycling conference to raise awareness on the need to adopt innovative approaches towards waste reduction and sustainable living. George Anchibusiakun is the Chief Executive Officer of Agrico Hub.
As a hub, we see it as more like a social responsibility because we believe that when it comes to waste management, it's our collective efforts. Everybody should get involved. And we are taking it to another level, whereby we are saying that we should be innovative about waste that we generate. And we are saying that waste management is not only about throwing the waste away, it's not only about dumping it in various dumping sites, but how we are using the various waste to produce some meaningful products.
George Anchibusiakun charged the general public to make good use of their waste products to help save the environment as well as make money out of it.
The campaign has gone out. People now know that when you have waste, it's not only trash. Waste is not trash. Waste is a product it's a raw material that you can use to produce other products, and that's what this program has been all about.
Bono East Regional Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Bright Anthony Gia, encouraged the reuse of plastic waste as a means of helping minimize plastic waste across the municipality.
You and I know that most of the polythene bags that we see in our municipality continue to be one of the most singular threats when it comes to environment. Plastics are choking our river bodies. Plastics are hindering even farming activities. So if the youth at this stage can put some of these things into reuse, it is very, very encouraging. And it promotes sustainable development. So for us as an agency or as environmentalists, we really will encourage and promote this, because this industry will not only create jobs for the people, but it will also clean the environment.
He wants the general public to segregate their waste as it will help promote organic farming, a move, he said, will help boost agricultural activities across the region.
Considering our region here, where most of our waste, greater percentage of it is our waste stream, when you look at it, it's organic. If we embark on waste segregation, at least this organic could be put into proper use, compost, and this compost could also be plowed back into agriculture. And you can imagine, when we promote organic farming, the kind of money it will bring to us. So we stand a greater opportunity, and for that matter, we must educate the people and promote investors. So when investors come into the system, they really help us in the way. And that will go a long way to really solve our food security challenges.
Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Teachman.
Thank you for staying. That's how we cap off the news. But stay with us. The news review is up next. And like I said, we're going to go to our correspondents across the different regions for their reflections on what 2023 has been. Tuesday.